is the old Chase Elliott. Pre-broken leg, 3 straight championship 4s, competing for the championship every year, winning multiple races each year. Is that Chase Elliott back after this win at Texas?
No, for multiple reasons.
Nobody gives a fuck. Next. Yes, he's back.
First
Back
off,
again.
he's running better. Sure, he's running better. However, he's never been the guy to go out and dominate a race. He's never been the guy to go out there and win 6, 7 races in a year. Now, I know he did it, he won 6 and...
He's won 5 twice.
He's won 5 twice, okay.
In 8
I thought
years.
thought he won 6 in his championship year, but it was 5. So
25% of his Cup career, he's won 5 races.
sure, which is good.
That's great.
Which is good.
Yeah.
And I'm not dogging Chase by saying this because Chase is one of the best guys out there. He's one of the best cars out there. So, yeah, he's going to win some races. I said this last week. He's going to win some races this year. I do not think he's a championship contender, however. He might make the championship 4. However, he's still the 3rd best car in Hendrick. He wouldn't have won this race if the 5 car didn't lose his right rear. He wouldn't have won this race if the 45 didn't have a terrible pit stop. He wouldn't have won this race if Denny Hamlin didn't back it in the fence. So, he probably would have finished 3rd or 4th.
Give him credit, though.
But he
made a great restart to pass Reddick and Hamlin.
But that's what I'm saying. So he did. He did win the race, and he deserves credit for doing so. But he didn't deserve to win the race. And if Brad won it, he wouldn't have deserved to win the race either. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm not saying that, Chase doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather win a race and not necessarily deserve it than should have won the race and finished 5th.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is Chase Elliott's not necessarily back to his championship ways. However, he's doing what he's been doing since he came back from his injury. And, he had one of the better average finishes last year. Even though he didn't win a race, he was still very competitive, had a lot of top 10s, couple top 5s, didn't really compete for any wins, didn't lead any laps, but he was up there. Same thing this year. Didn't really compete for much. He's...
I'm just showing you.
Sure,
results. I'm just throwing it out there.
He's showing me some TikTok results. Go follow us on TikTok to vote on those. But
Highline Podcast.
He's back. Sure, he's back. We'll say he's back. He's competitive, but he's been competitive all year. He's been top 10 all year. He's one of the better cars every week. But he's still 3rd in his team. He's still probably 4th or 5th in general. Denny's better than him every week. He was better than him this week. He just didn't win the race. And sometimes you just don't win the race when you deserve to do so. So this isn't a knock on Chase Elliott because there are 5 cars that are better than him. I think the 20's better than him. Not as consistent, but the 20's better than him. And if the Fords can get their shit together, there may be a few more that are better than him. I think Joey Logano's
12.
The 12. Joey Logano probably has some opportunity to be better than him.
Maybe.
I think Chris Buescher's doing a lot with a little right now. He's, I think, 12th or 13th in points.
He's had a couple too many bad runs, though.
But he runs poorly, but he still finishes 15th, which will get you in the playoffs.
Yeah, get you in the playoffs, but I mean, he's better than Chase Elliott right now.
What I'm saying is he's doing a lot with a little.
Yeah.
If Chris Buescher was driving that 9 car, he'd be doing what Chase Elliott's doing
and been coming off a 3-win season, made the round 8.
And
we're expecting more of you.
He didn't win till the summer. He didn't win until we got to damn
I get that.
Richmond.
I'm just saying. You win 3 races last year, made the round 8. 15th ain't going to cut it no more. That might have cut it 2 years ago when y'all were all running like dog shit.
Yeah, but here's the deal. Brad has not run that well. Brad has lucked into
He's had a couple.
Brad has lucked into
Chris
some
finish
finishes.
second at Phoenix or did Brad finish second at
Chris
Phoenix?
did.
Chris, okay. So Brad's had a second. and now Chris had a second.
Chris had
now.
like 4 top 10 finishes in a row, and now he's had a couple bad races at some bad racetracks for him. But
That's fair.
what I'm saying is Chase Elliott, sure, if he gets hot, he can contend for a championship. But he's doing what he needs to do right now. Mm-hmm. So is he in championship form? No. But is he doing what Chase Elliott needs to be doing, and is he doing what Chase Elliott has been doing for the past couple of years? Yes. So I don't think he's necessarily back to the championship form, but I don't think that's a bad thing because he's running really well. I just don't think he's going to beat the 5 or the 24 or the 11 at the very least right now. I think those cars are better than him way more consistently.
Yeah, I don't disagree with anything you're saying. And one thing I will say, 5 and 24 has been quicker than him all year for the most part. Chase had a great run at Martinsville, definitely had a chance to win that race last weekend. I even said on this podcast last weekend, I was like, Chase had control of that race, and he let his teammate, Wayne Byron, which don't get me wrong, Wayne Byron was stupid fast in that race. It had been hard to keep him at bay, but still, Chase had control of that race at the end and let it slip away. And I said, Chase has got to get back into that mindset and get into that rhythm of leading races and contending and being able to, learn how to hold off and fend off these contenders at the end of these races. One week goes by, and he did it. He did a great job. Wins at one of his worst tracks, which is a huge accomplishment. I know he won Texas's rookie year's first career Xfinity win was here in Texas in 2014 and beat some good Cup guys. Kyle Busch back in his prime, Kevin Harvick back in his prime. I think Joe Logano was in that race. Beat him. He beat some stout, tough Cup guys back in the day for his first career win here at this track. And Texas way different then than it is now. So it's not like it's been a bad track for him, but in Cup it's been really, really, really rough on him. He's racked out several times at this racetrack. So for him to get this is one of the last tracks I thought of for him to get a win at, and for him to do it here, it's got to give him, that team, a lot of confidence. Now, having said all that, I do agree with everything you said. Like he's not a championship favorite or nothing like that. It's the second time this year that we've seen him really compete for the win. And even last week at Martinsville, he was leading, then got passed by William. Then lap traffic kind of made it interesting towards the end, but Chase was never going to catch William, so let's not even get that out of nothing. That wasn't going to happen unless we got a restart. And then we did, and he couldn't quite get it done. And this week he gets the win. But having said all that, Denny Hamlin consistently each week is faster. We saw him. Denny Hamlin passed him. After that restart, Chase got a great restart past Tyler and Denny on the bottom, and I took the lead. And I was like, man, this is going to be awesome. And then about 7-8 laps later, Denny goes past him on the outside. He can do nothing. Now, Denny never pulled away from him, but clearly Denny was the best car. Kyle Larson, who knows what had happened who would have known what had happened if he didn't lose that wheel. He looked like he was a dominant car all day. It probably would have been battle between the 5, the 11, the 45, and the 9 would have been thrown in there late, especially with all those cautions. The 9 definitely would have been a contender, but we don't know. But the 5 was faster than him. 24 most of the time is faster than him. 45 on these mile-and-a-half tracks are faster than the 9 car about every week. The 20 car on short tracks, 19 on short tracks, is more than likely faster than the 9 about every time we get on the short tracks and intermediates. So right now, no, but Chase Elliott's a very momentum. This whole sport is based off momentum, and you win a race after kind of a dry spell. We've seen drivers go on a couple win streak, and the next thing you know, they're the favorite. We could see that. I mean, Chase Elliott did a couple years ago. Like, he had won at a couple of road courses in 2021. He didn't win on an oval in 2021. I remember the first year of this podcast, you said, Chase Elliott can't win on an oval. He can't win. He ain't won an oval since they cheated that car for Phoenix in 2020. And then 2022 goes out there and doesn't even win on a road course, but wins 5 times. And he wins those 4 of them within like a 12, 13 race stint. So Chase Elliott's a very streaky driver. And right now, no, they're not a championship contender right now, but this win is going to do nothing but boost their confidence, and I think they could get to that point. But like you said, the 5.24 is faster. The 11, 19, and the 20 most of the time is faster, and the 45 most of the time is faster. So there's about 6 or 7 guys I think that 9 still has to get above. I think he's faster than about every forward. The only forward I can think of that's really close is Blaney. They're really even. Blaney at some tracks is definitely faster than the 9, and at other tracks, Chase is faster than Blaney. So it's kind of like goes back and forth with 9 and the 12. The 22, he's hit or miss. 6, 17, they're hit or miss. I think he's good with forward drivers. It's just his 2 teammates in the JGR cars is what he has to still, that 19th has to show a little bit more of. You know, they go out this week at Talladega. It's kind of hard to read Talladega, but Dover in 2 weeks, he goes out there and runs top 5, top 3 contends for the win, outruns his teammates, outruns the Joe Gibbs driver here and there. All right, now he's on the map. Now we can say, hey, this 9 car, he's faster, whoever. Ran 3rd today, finished 2nd, 3rd, or he wins the race. You know, he won this race he won the Dover race 2 years ago. So they're getting there, but they're not there yet.